Under the sea. Under the sea.
Yes, there we are, starting up already. Okay, I'm just going to tinker a little bit with the settings while waiting for people to bop in and give me miles of shit, because it's funny that way.
I'm just playing Azure Lane. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, good. The sonar ping is already mapped. I do not have to worry about that. The sonar ping is very important in this game for obvious reason.
Because if you're a submarine and you can't ping, can you even pong?
No.
Dang it.
Well, you usually can't see shit. That's not a good thing.
No, there's... Okay, there we go. I gotta lower the volume on the YouTube so I don't have to hear myself talk.
Well, to be fair, you're not that talky anyway. I'm having the cool guy hasn't decided to bite me in the ass already.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm playing Azure Lane right now, because cool. We got okay. So for you watching who don't know, Grum finally managed to convince Cool Guy to play Azure Lane.
Because I am a tremendous cock.
It's pretty hilarious, and that just kind of made me realize I want to play again. So here I am, messing around with my formation, deciding, hey, I want to play around with Laffy and Jav, my starters.
Yeah, so, in general, for those who don't know, Laffy is, quote, the sleepy alcoholic bunny destroyer, and Javelin is the hyper-British thing.
On crack.
I did say hyper-British thing. Anyway, we did play a bit of Diluvion last night. We got about an hour and a half in before I started falling asleep on my feet, because I had been at work for 11 hours straight by that point. So we're just gonna punch the load game button and see what pops up.
Hiya, sorry. There we go. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, jeez, I gotta puff you up, girl. Dang.
Okay, so here we are. We still have our shitty little scrap bucket of a submarine. But, now that we have our sonar room operational, I can do this.
You cut off?
Yeah, sorry about that. It's just a case of the fact that I still have push to talk active, so I actually have to take a few moments to, well, you know, figure shit out and all that sort of stuff. And if you look way down there, you'll see a giant spider crab corpse.
Oh, that guy. I remember that guy.
Yep.
He was at the end of the last stream.
Yes, he was. Well, very close to the end, and then we got a couple of side quests to go and explore shit.
At least he's dead.
So I'm just going to pop open the mini-map here, and you'll see that because I've found various landmarks, like Stavkirk over here, which is a ruined church, and Karl the Slow, which is a wrecked ship, and of course the Frozen Giant, they're actually on the map. So we have some side quests. So we have to go to the Sonar Guild, we can do some foraging and such, and over here is navigating to Daybreak for the Connoisseur, because he wants to try out something called a blueberry tart.
Nice. Why, that actually does kind of sound nice.
And I just remembered that there are currents around Tonosfjord, which I just ran into one actually, and as a result of that I kind of get pulled out of where I wanted to go for a moment. But as you can see, the currents are pretty powerful, because they just hauled all of these little things around like nobody's business. So,
That guy really wants a tart, according to Serena.
well, I mean, he's paying me a whack of dosh to basically go and get him a tart.
Okay, look, yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Okay, so I started to poke around in this building, because obviously it looks kind of like a ruin and all, so let's see what's around. Nothing in here. Ah, drunk pirate. Okay, so he has 1 hit point, and I figure that we may as well have a 62% chance of smacking him, courtesy of Thing Smith. I'll never get tired of that name, by the way.
Yeah, it's an adorable name.
The random generated names are actually pretty adorable, and hey, we got a map of the old world. I heard that squeak.
Yeah, I decided I wanted to max out as much as I can my Destroyer's affections, because I really haven't.
So one thing that's new about this is that if I can focus on something like, say, this drill settlement over here, and I can actually hold X and say hail instead of ping. So that was a ping. And because I just tapped it and hailed, well, there's no one in there, sadly, so there's no response. Sucks to be them.
Okay, so that means it's kosher to go in and rob the place.
Pretty much, but when it's in this case, there's just nobody around really, so sucks to be me, you know. Anyway,
I mean, in general, yes, it does.
Yep. So we are heading through the wall. Oh, look, here's a guild protector. So this is one of the heavy-duty guard ships that sits near the area around Tonos Fjord, and it is one of the upgraded ice ships that you can actually get. So if I tap X and hail him, he pinged back a response and basically said, "I'm a friendly, you can fuck off."
Well, I guess in this case, the polite thing to do would be to fuck off.
Yeah, so as you can see, when I ping, it shows me basically everything in the area that is explorable or possibly salvageable in the form of a bunch of little white dots in pretty much every direction. And it does look pretty impressive when I do that. This is a major game mechanic, and it happens all the fucking time. So this lionfish over here is a merchant, so let's go and give him a good poke. So in this case, I'm just going to dock with him. And as a result, I can then take the time to talk with the trader and see what he has to sell, or buy for that matter.
Are you gonna stick your harpoons into this guy? Yes, you are. That's pretty great.
Yeah, so in this case, the trader actually has a barb, which is a new type of gun. So, yoink, I'm going to take that. He has no key items, and he has 50 torpedoes, a whole pile of ammo, and some repair kits. That's actually pretty surprising.
Is your ship equipped to launch torpedoes right now?
No, it does not have a torpedo launcher. Now, I'm looking at the items here then that I can sell, and this trader. So back in the original iteration of the game that I used to play, traders only gave you a basically gave you 1-for-1 to the value of an item. But now it's 75% of the value. However, in a major city like Tonos Fjord, which we were just at when we started this game, it only gives you 50% of the value. So traders are going to be your best friends when it comes to actually making money in this.
Nice. Sort of. Kind of wish it'd be still 1-to-1, but whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, 1-to-1 is nice, but can't have everything. So, forge materials are kind of useful because, well, obviously, forge materials are what we use to upgrade our sub.
Okay, oh, by the way, Serena, regarding the docking between two ships, well, she said, that's lewd, lol.
Ha. Well, to be fair, they are rubbing up against one another quite firmly and all.
You stuck your hooks in it, and you went straight for it.
Yep, and now we're heading into an area, heading towards the, I guess you would call it a city-like area called Daybreak, which is where this, alleged, blueberry tart can be found. But first and foremost, we found something to explore. Bonk. So that was a good hearty bonk on my ship, but this is another mini explorable pseudo-dungeon, I guess you would call it, with a bit of loot, in this case some dinar and scrap metal, which I'm never going to complain about, because scrap metal is always used for ammo and shit.
You know, speaking of, I actually wanted to ask, dinar, that sounds like a familiar currency.
It is. It's essentially, the world of Diluvion has some royal families and such in it, and the dinar are the main currency minted by those royal families, but they're not the dominant form of currency, but they're common enough to be redeemed for their value in gold, which is still nice.
I guess, yeah.
And sea charts, obviously, well, that's always nice. Fish fossils, and rivets. These are going to be useful because rivets are actually used to build and upgrade my bits and pieces of my sub, so I'm just going to take everything in there.
Nice.
And we have some rusty gears, which are also useful, but, well, yoink. Take everything, of course.
They may be rusty, but they're still metal.
Oh dear, we have found a level 3 angry pirate.
Oh no! Oh shit! Oh hey, Serena points out
problem solving.
the dinar is the currency for Iraq. Yeah, that's where I've heard it from. Thank you, Serena. I appreciate you. Oh wow, this pirate is buff and she's threatening us with
well, she's level 3, but she only has 2 hit points. The problem is that any of our attacks will only do 1 damage, so she has a good opportunity to actually cause some damage. And our highest score is problem solving, which is only about a 65% chance of actually figuring shit out, you know? So, not too shabby. And there actually is a few spelling mistakes, because the developers of this game, they're not native English speakers, so that's understandable. Negotiate.
Negotiate.
Yeah, so in this case we get some periscope mirrors, which is really nice. I've never got those before, and some engine parts. So yoink, and
a periscope?
Well, periscope lenses, which are used to, well, allow periscopes to see and all.
Okay.
I have to admit, in retrospect, I am glad that I went to the trouble of collecting the Salvager sub as my first choice, because a lot of this stuff is just incredible amounts of loot. Oh look, spirits. You had too many brain cells anyway. Increases the boarding party's brute force chance for the duration of a hazard. Oh, hello! A royal checkpoint. This is new.
A royal checkpoint?
Yep. So, it has 3 hit points, it's a level 3 checkpoint, so we can theoretically sneak past, so let's do that.
I love the look on your mook's faces.
Yep, looks like the patrolmen are trying to buy it. Oh, shit.
Oh shit?
The nearest enemy patrol ship has just responded, so yeah, we're probably gonna get jumped.
Fuck.
Yeah, so we cleared that hazard before the actual mess happened. Hey, we got a captain's chair! I always wanted one for my rust bucket.
Yay! Now you can. Wait, have you been able to sit down this entire time?
Theoretically. So I just hit the new landmark, and this landmark here is the Dragon's Tongue, which is a massive ice formation. And down here is the loot, which includes a Mind Pendant, the Dragon's Tongue chart, and 12 engine parts. That is a surprisingly beefy amount of loot. So I'm just gonna do a quick check. Looks like that's everything, and let's get out of here.
That's dangerous.
So this little doodly whack is a coolant hub, and near as I can tell, you see how that uppermost part of my speed meter is grayed, not quite grayed out, but essentially redded out?
Yeah, it's covered over.
Yeah. When it comes down to it, it would allow my sub, if it was active, it would allow my sub to have an engine overdrive to make it temporarily move faster, but the engine would eventually overheat. These coolant hubs are used to basically recharge the coolant post-haste instead of letting the engine cool down naturally.
That's nice.
And up there, I believe, is another coolant hub. Yeah, it sure looks like one, so we can just leave it be. So I accidentally poked the C button there, which is very much a case of, well, just me being clumsy. But C, in this case, opens up the compass, and it tells us roughly where stuff is. So, for example, we just left the Dragon's Tongue, and it's visible on the map there as, well, right there, so to speak. And if we look down, we will see our next destination. Because down there is, well, Daybreak.
Daybreak?
An ironic
Serena asks,
name.
So Serena says if she remembers from her one friend who was in the Navy, playing speed is engines pushed to the max, but only during combat or in emergencies.
Essentially, yes. You generally do not want to muck around too badly with flank speed, because it does overstress the engine pretty severely. In this case, we are going to just bop into Daybreak here, because, well, we have a quest to complete. Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Okay, so we have a new objective. Investigate the chef's quarrel. So, of course, the chef is going to be a bitch.
God dang it.
So we have a stall owner here. Let's talk to her and see what we can trade. Okay, so she's got some engine parts, some rivets, scrap metal, torpedoes, and a repair kit. And I have a whack of key items and a whack of junk that I can sell. So sea charts are quite useful, and periscope mirrors, well, yeah. Needless to say, a lot of this stuff is just very much a case of, well, we can still sell shit. But again, it's not quite as profitable as selling directly to a merchant in their submarine. But at the same time, well, we only have so much inventory space, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's that sort of thing where you gotta just make compromises in order to make sure you keep moving forward. You don't get to have what you always want, but you have to have what you need.
Yeah, so in this case, we are just getting rid of the junk and all that, increasing our money reserves because money is good.
Money is king. Money is king no matter where you are.
Yep, so we have what appears to be, oh, look at this, we have a beacon over here, so we can keep it on our map. And as you can see, Daybreak is built in and around the hulk of a sunken ship.
While there is a lull, Serena pipes up and she checked in with her friend, and she says flank is faster than full, and depending on the situation, it can push the engines up to 125%, but runs the risk of things breaking, props, screws, engines, etc.
Yeah, which is pretty much how it goes. It's very much a case of emergency speed, you know? So this old storyteller here is just telling a story to everyone who's in earshot about how basically we should repay our debts by showing her the last goddess enough goodness to outweigh the darkness brought about by our ancestors, blah blah blah. This is what happens when you have a story that starts with, and the world was destroyed by the greed of humanity and we're all stuck underwater as a result of it.
Yeah, well, you've been stuck underwater for so long, like millennia, that it's just the normal now.
So yeah, the big thing is it's very much a case of a world where nobody goes hungry or stays cold.
I mean, wait, is that the situation?
Pretty much. I mean, this desperate chef up here basically trying to feed everyone in this refugee camp on rations for 6 men. It's not enough. And I can't blame him for being frustrated, because I just had to drag this Tonsberg chef over here for a fucking blueberry tart.
Oh my god. Now, this makes... Okay, put into perspective, that just makes things really stupid.
So, of course, the Tonsborg chef, being Tonsborg, is claiming, you know, 3 times the price is charged to one of the locals.
Wow. Oh, eat the tart in front of him.
Okay, so here's a good barter. Had a delivery of food come, but the ship it was on got shot down before it could reach us. Bring it back to the delivery, you can have the blueberries. That is a fair trade, because they need the food.
Yeah.
Christ, this is gonna be a pain in my dick.
Oh, that sounds bad. I hope it doesn't burn.
So we didn't actually follow this path a little bit, but we can ask why he wants the blueberries, why his client wants the blueberries, and do you really need the blueberries that badly? We might as well, just for filler. Yeah, perfectly complimenting his taste palette. Not palette. Yeah, not that type of palette, though. Whoops.
What?
Well, P-A-L-A-T-E versus palette. Yeah. I mean, honestly, considering the fact that the developers are not from an English-speaking country, and English is probably not even their 3rd or 4th language, they're doing... the translation is pretty solid.
Hey, you know what? I think it's cute. I'm not gonna say shit.
Yeah, do you need the blueberries that badly? Yeah, my job's on the line. Pfft, fuck you. And up here we have a strong-willed woman we can talk to, so we might as well talk to her because, well, she looks important, actually. She actually looks like she has bodyguards.
Really?
Okay, so it's a haven for all who fled the Sunken Coast, which is the 2nd map area. We haven't even gotten anywhere near that during the fall of House Morganson, so Morning Sun. Yeah, so, near as I can tell, this is basically a case of one of the noble houses basically got ambushed and torn apart by the other 3, and as a result of that, the other houses are still trying to find and genocide the survivors because, of course, noble bullshit and petty crap.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have... here we are. Search for the supply ship over in the Connoisseur. Because this is our active quest. Well, I can click on that like so. But we also have a nice little quest list here, so we can do stuff like, say, forge another upgrade for our ship, visit the Sonar Guild, yada yada yada, and we're currently working on the Connoisseur, obviously. As for crew, well, we have 2 people taking up space and generally being a pain in my ass. And our submarine is just a little bit of a crap box still. On the bright side, I crushed up this 500 meters, which is quite nice.
You saved a whole bunch of money on your car insurance by switching to Geico.
Oh, please.
My bad, you're right. You saved a whole bunch of money on your submarine insurance by switching to Geico. Wait, was that it?
So, we're starting to head towards more, I guess you would say, hostile territory, per se. So, we're going to start finding enemies sooner or later. As a result of this, I tend to ping a little bit more frequently just to not be caught out by a surprise or anything like that. In no small part because I only have the couple of guns at the moment. So, as you can see, I can switch between the Fleck and the Barb. The Fleck is the gun that I started with, and the Barb is the one that I recently purchased for $1,000. So, just to show off what they do, I'm gonna fire off a few shots from my Fleck gun. It's generally just a single straight shot. It's a relatively slow shotgun, for lack of a better term, without the entertainment value of a shotgun. Which isn't too bad, considering the fact that, well, we're still underwater and all. So let's show off the Barb, just for a moment. The Barb is extremely short-ranged, and has a massive bump of recoil. But whoo, it fires 3 shots at once, which is definitely nothing to sneeze at, because it only uses 1 piece of ammo for those 3 shots. So anyway, I saw some salvage down below us, so let's go and see what we can see. And we have found what is colloquially known as a treasure orb, because it's an orb, and it's usually full of treasure.
Orb.
A large rat.
A large, oh god, that's crafty rat. The big.
But it's a really big rat too, so it's even worse. So it dashes for my gold sack, and let's see. Well, it just stole 52 gold.
Rude. Shoot it. Serena says that it keeps her out.
Sadly, my stats are low enough that this is getting to be a problem, and it's just very much a case of clicking buttons until it finally gets fucks off. I will be very happy when I get either new crewmen or crewmen that are less crap.
Serena wonders if this thing is part orc.
Well, I think it might be part goblin, really, because it's attracted by shiny things.
Kill it.
Well, it gave me some scrap metal, fish fossils, food, and a crowbar. Crowbars are important.
Oh, by the way, Serena, Gollum was a hobbit.
So, in the previous iteration of the game, the crowbar would basically be used to clear a hazard in one go. For example, you would occasionally board an enemy ship after you wreck it, and find a semi-damaged door or whatever with a bunch of loot behind it, and the crowbar would prevent any of your crewmen from getting killed while risking the interior.
Huh. That's pretty. That was pretty useful. That would be pretty useful.
Yeah. Now, because of the change in game mechanics, the crowbar has been changed, so it's more of a general purpose object in that it just... You use it to bonk a hazard and it takes off 1 hit point, which is still pretty useful.
Yeah. No, that's nice. Nice.
So we are probably going to have to go a little bit lower for the time being, so... Hope we don't get too worried about darkness and shadowiness. Now we found another coolant hub. About as useful as
Fantastic.
Great at this point.
Oh. So the coolant tanks are supposed to be able to allow us to go at full speed with more impunity.
Essentially, yeah, but in this case it's more cooling down the engine after hitting flank speed for a while, because of the overheat function, and we currently don't even have the ability to do that yet.
Huh.
So I'm going to start heading upwards again, because we seem to be nearing the end of this little crevasse, and oh look, we found a current to coast along in. And it's going the wrong way, so we have to force ourselves out and just keep going upwards out of it. But one of the big things about this game is that, as you can see, the landscape, I guess you'd say, is very much a hazard in and of itself. Okay, what do we have over here? Ooh, more
Oh,
stuff.
jeez, yeah, this entire place looks just...
Vaguely
what's the
creepy.
word? Unwelcoming. I was gonna say unwelcoming, but yes, creepy is apt.
So it looks like we found the wreckage of a drill house that's landed on top of an old house or some such. So let's see what we have in here. Mostly fish fossils, some rivets, a whole lot of not much else. So that's pretty much nothing to doing. If we look at our map, we'll see that we're actually very close to the supply ship that we're supposed to get to, and it's apparently stuck in the crevasse down ahead of us. So let's go and poke that a few times.
Oh boy. Let's do it. I can't see how this will backfire at us.
Yeah, so as you can see, because I used my sonar ping, it actually pinged on the supply ship, so we know where it is, roughly. This is
That's
a new
pretty
feature.
useful.
This is a new feature. This was not in the previous game. Well, the previous iteration of the game. So I am going to be quite happy to just bop in there and see what the supply ship has to say for itself. Which probably means I'll probably have to curse a whole lot because my crew is made of potatoes and numpties.
I thought it was made of things and Jacobs.
So, here we are. We got a supply crate full of food, medicine, and other things that are helpful for living. I love the snark in that statement. And some reinforced plates and rusty gears. Yoink! Okay, so the supply ship is actually sinking now because of the fact that it was crippled. And we can just putter on back to daybreak and see what we can do about making a whole bunch of people very happy because all of a sudden they have the access to things like food.
Food. Jinx.
Well, you can't jinx me, I'm hosting.
Ah, that's what you think. Yeah, but I have to wonder what happened here. Why did these people just, No, that's not it. What happened to the crew? What happened to the ships?
Honestly, pirates.
Ugh. Fucking pirates.
So, my Iron Minnow here is not really a bad ship per se, but it's still kinda clunky. One of the things to note about it is that it only has 2 guns, one on each side.
You're gonna have to beef that up eventually.
Yeah, we're gonna have to beef it up eventually, but at the same time, we really can't at the moment, because... Oh look, we found a pirate ship down there, a pirate de-junk, and honestly, they can sit there and suffer as far as I'm concerned, because we are very close to our objective.
Why can't you just loot them instead, or is that looked down upon, or can you physically not?
Well, I can dive down there if I want to, I just don't really want to deal with them, because, well, pirates are shitheads.
Okay, fair enough. Good girl.
Around here, I thought she would be a clever girl.
It was Warspite. So, yes.
So this desperate chef is quite happy because he found his supplies, and they're actually in good condition, which makes even more of a difference.
Can you get them in not good condition, or is that just going to be like, yeah, it's good?
Yeah, it's good like that, so shenanigans, right?
Woo!
So, our Tonesborg chef, as a result of us doing the solo side quest for him, gives 40 rivets, a bunch of portal glass, some antique plates, and dashboard decoration. Not bad, really.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
In fact, that is good enough to actually purchase an upgrade for my ship. So why don't we go and do that? Because, well, honestly, I really do want something like, say, an armor upgrade or a life support upgrade. Preferably both, to be honest. So let's see what we can do about punching through this little maw over here and head back to Tonesborg to the foundries and see what we can do about upgrading this little beastie.
Nice. I have so many Yorktowns.
And why do you have so many Yorktowns, huh?
Cause I just got a toggle right now. Ooh, shit. What was it? Who was the Tago's sister?
Takeo, Maya, and Chokai.
Yeah, well, I have Takao. And Takao is, god damn, a beast. But she has some really interesting... But Takao also has some really interesting skills herself. Arsonist, setting fire...
Arsonist is really good.
Yes, it is. Belfast has it, and after I gave her some fire hazard stuff, she's a beast.
Belfast
and double
has
torpedo.
something known as the Burn Order, actually, which is different. It's uniquely to her. So this is something unique.
Oh, nice segue.
Yep.
What's that?
So over here we have found a, basically a drill house that fell from the roof.
A drill house?
Yeah, it uses a massive drill to hold itself in place in the ice, And in this case, a chunk of ice broke free and brought it down, so it's basically crushed and completely useless, so we can scavenge it. There's not much, but every little bit of salvage helps, you know?
It does, right? Especially considering your line of work. Our line of work.
Yeah, which is mostly a case of trying to survive desperately in an absolute hellscape. I do appreciate the game's auto-save system. Okay, so here's Hasley again. Let's see what we can do about finding some upgrades. So in this case, I put in a life support upgrade so I can carry more crew.
Fantastic.
And I really want this armor upgrade, because with about 5 more rivets and 4 more reinforced plates, well, increasing max hit points by 5 is a good idea.
Yep. Yep, that'll get you some longevity. That'll do it.
Yep, so now that we have forged another upgrade to our ship, we have someone here. It looks like Hope Hasley. And it looks like John's about to get the absolute shit yelled out of him. But first, I think we'll just donate some stuff to our storage, just because. So, I'll toss that crowbar in there, that spare captain's chair, and these old world coins, I think.
Oh, by the way, Serena asks, what is up with you and post-apocalyptic game?
Honestly, it's escapist fantasy, really. It's just very much a case of something that is unique to me, and I just enjoy mucking about with it. Okay, the porthole glass line just caused me to chuckle. About as thick as our gunner.
What?
Well, the porthole glass, which, as you can see, its little icon is pretty fucking thick, is about as thick as our gunner, implying that our gunner is stupid as a rock.
Wow, I thought it was gonna be like dummy thick instead of dumbass.
And John got busted by his grandma for being a shit.
Dang it, John, stop being a shit. But Gran...
So Hope here is important, because as she said, she can upgrade my ship entirely.
Really? What a nice grandma.
So we can purchase, we can swap, we can upgrade. So let's take a look at what we can purchase. Though, so level 1 Glacium, the Royal Combat Trader, the Mariana, the Iron Minnow, which is what we have, and the level 3 Manta, which is a DLC submarine.
Huh.
So, in comparison, the level 1 Iron Minnow is over here on my right, and, well, on my left, actually. And as you can see, it has 15 hit points, crushed up to 250 meters, decent mass, decent power plant, decent max speed, crew capacity of 10 people, inventory of 30 slots. And then we have the Manta with, oh god, look at all of these modular slots. 4 cannon mounts instead of 1, and 1 torpedo tube. Costs 16 fucking thousand cash.
Huh.
Now, just to show off, the Mark 6 Diamond, which is the level 1 Guild Scout ship, which I could have started with. Single cannon mount, 4 upgrade slots, and it is fast as fuck with a top speed of 57 knots. In comparison, the fastest surface ship that was not a hydrofoil during basically the World War II era was the Le Triomphant class destroyers, which got to a top speed of 45 knots.
Wait, hold on a second. Did you just say 45 knots?
Yes, 45 knots.
That's a lot of knots.
Yeah, because if you multiply by about 1.3, that's how much miles per hour it is.
That's fast for a ship, holy shit.
Yeah. Mind, it's still nowhere near as fast as a hydrofoil, which can easily get upwards of 75 knots. And just to show off the Mariana Royal Combat Trader, it has 1 cannon mount, a torpedo tube, well technically 0 torpedo tubes, and it still has, and it's the heaviest at 3,000 tons. The Iron Minnow, my dweller salvage vessel, is the lightest we have at a grand total of 1,200 tons.
Question.
Shoot.
Does the Mariana go good on Pisa?
No.
Okay.
We also have upgrade options. In this case, we can upgrade the Iron Minnow to the Lionfish. The Lionfish is exceptionally useful because it starts with a crush depth of 500, well, actually, no, it stays the same, but its mass increases, its power plant decreases, it's faster, and in general, it's better all around, because look at that big honkin' whack of upgrade slots that just dropped into your lap. Needless to say, this is yeah, because it goes from 4 to 12 out of a possible maximum of 16, so that is definitely nothing to sneeze at. But it costs 8,000 cash.
Oh, just a little tangent. Serena did the math regarding the 45 knots thing. It's 58.5 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's pretty fast for a 2,000-ton destroyer, isn't it?
Yup. The speed of this sub is too damn high.
So we picked up a main quest item, a letter of introduction to get us places. This will be useful later. So John here, despite being browbeaten quite vigorously by his grandmother, will still be able to allow us to upgrade our submarine and give it various parts upgrades. So I'm tempted to just go and get some more parts to see about, you know, getting myself an armor upgrade going on this little beastie.
Sonic the Hedgehog is the motor, lol, says Serena.
But we also have to go to the Sonar Guild, as well as then follow up on the drill site. So let's head over there first,
Yeah, let's do that. I mean, like, that will, like, we have a choice, you're the one playing.
Yep, but as you can see, we now have 3 more slots in our ship, so we can cram 3 more dorks into here, which we will want to do. God damn, why the hell is that still in here?
They help with boarding parties at the very least, let alone, like, adding more crew to the ship that'll just help the ship do ship things. Like, you know,
yeah, I'm just gonna double check. Okay, so we have a pair of dorks in here. God damn it, why is the chef still in here? We should kick him out sooner or later.
Just
yeah, and of course the
where do we put him?
God damn it.
Can we get rid of him now?
God, I would love to, but apparently we can't yet.
Oh my, does he not have his blueberry tart yet?
Well, he has his blueberries, he has his tart, he's just hanging around with his thumb up his butt for some god unknown reason.
Tell him to fuck off unless he wants to cook for us or something.
Okay, so I'm temporarily jammed into this current until I dive out of it. There we are, much better. So I have to head up on here to see about visiting the Sonar Guild and see what we can do about, you know, just getting some shit done. Also, if you'll note on my reticule there, I have a button, well, a yellow dot above it and a green dot below it. Those are representative of which turret is the one that's firing. So, as you can see, Pop fired one, and the other one is now the yellow dot. So the turrets are cyclic.
Huh. That's an interesting, what's it called, system, but it works, I think. I don't know.
It mostly works. I mean, with more turret mounts, you can basically spam ammo much more easily. Oh look, we found a new place. Looks like we have refugees. This merchant has some stuff. Let's take a look at what they have. We have copper wire, rivets, and scrap metal from them. So let's see what we can do. Well, we can toss some dinar, antique plates, and fish fossils their direction and see what money drops into my lap. Because money is always a good thing. Oh look, we're now up to 4225. We are getting close to our goal of getting a ship upgrade. Also, if I recall correctly, I need 5 rivets anyway because, well, that armor upgrade that I want. Oh wait, I forgot to check another thing in here. I actually forgot to check this hidden doorway. So, we have a distraught father here. Is he okay? Yep, royal beggars, and now here he is, all sick and dying. So, apparently this place is diseased as well. Congratulations, like America.
Gosh darn it. Where's my McDonald's?
So we just walked past, past an icer, and then, whoa, we got dumped all the way down here. That was a sharp kick. So this is a refugee camp, essentially, in the bottom half of this city, and it is pretty fucking horrible.
What? Oh god, that's uncomfortable.
So, yeah, as you can see, it's very much a double standard here, because in the lower half of this city, we have a bunch of refugees, and the beacon's actually activate, huh? And in the upper half of Glacialberg, we have a whole bunch of people angry that there are refugees, because, well, they're all shitheads. I swear, it's like Brexit in here.
Still not terribly familiar with Brexit. Just good.
Let's put it this way, if I'm dunking on it, you know it's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, to be fair, I dunk on everything.
So everything's stupid. Got it.
Well, not everything. Some people I like.
We're all dumb. It's fine.
So we are heading into a kind of a new-ish area, at least temporarily. Because if I recall correctly, somewhere in here is the Sonar Guild headquarters for this district. So naturally, we kind of want to talk with them because we rescued our Sonar Man as a employee of that guild, and we kind of rescued him and all, you know?
Kinda.
Well, I mean, it's not like we impressed him onto our ship, so he's working for us for free, be out of gratitude and all. Well, he is, actually.
Hell yeah, he
I
is.
forgot how much of a tangle this little area is, because it can get pretty fucking confusing with all of these corals and such floating about.
Ugh.
And there we are, so... The one disadvantage of the Iron Minnow, as you can see, is that it is a relatively slow sub. So of course the first thing I do, because I can, is explore and mug the place.
I mean,
Oh, look,
considering our...
we can steal a Morse radio, some 50 dinar, and a crowbar. Yoink! So the Morse radio is an important item because that allows us to actually hail people instead of just pinging them and making them feel uncomfortable.
That's nice.
So, let's see. Apparently we have some Master Farsteer somewhere, and, well, the boss is out somewhere, basically.
No, motherfucker.
So, some Morse engineers are just cranky. Yeah. So, he keeps his head down to avoid becoming a target because he's a piss baby.
I'm also
Okay,
pissed, baby.
Cat has nothing to say. Gregory, well, he has something to say, so let's talk about him. The Morse radio. Should be one around here somewhere. Look around. Quietly. Well, I already grabbed that. So, the drill site. Drilling through the ice with a superheated drill bit. First time anyone's tried this one. So, as you can tell, they're not stagnating underwater. They're trying to get back to the surface and all that, which I can't blame them for. But so far, they've had no luck. And that also explains how we actually got to having the drill site on our map in the first place, because Gregory knows exactly where it is. And this is our little base commandment here, and, well, she looks snarky as fuck, doesn't she? And the Journeyman Society. Pfft.
I'm catching up right now, 1 second.
One.
Give me a couple more seconds. Zay, what's it to you? She looked grumpy, though.
Well, of course she is. I mean, she just threatened to grab Greg and flush him out of the airlock because he didn't make components for her. I'm sorry, he was a bit too busy trying not to get killed.
We should invite her onto our ship.
Actually, that might happen. And Cat's response, yeah, do you a favor and pull that stick out of your backside. So Cat's just entertainingly snarky.
Cat's always precious. Oh, speaking of, Serena says, watching your stream while ignoring my Blu-ray of Akame ga Kill, LOL.
Gee, I guess you like me.
Who'da thunk?
Well, to be fair, a lot of people like me.
That's why I'm here. I hope that you like you. It's the key to getting other people to like you.
So yeah, Allison's entire shtick is that she basically orders everyone else to do all of her work for her, because she's, well, hilariously insecure about her talents, because Gregory is a better sonar operator than she could ever be.
Gregory is a good boy. Don't be mean to Gregory. Don't be mean to Gregory. More than Tatsumi, anyway, says Serena.
I mean, here's the interesting thing. I mean, you look at Greg, and his character sprite, he has a scar running from his forehead down over his eye and through his cheekbone. He has seen some shit.
But look at that face, though. It doesn't look like, it doesn't scream like I've seen shit. It's more like,
He's just tired and kind of meh.
Yeah. He's a good boy. That's what he is.
So let's see what Gregory has to say about Allison, because, yeah, things wrapped up? I think so.
It's not worth it.
She's a real pain.
Maybe if she stops being a pain, let's invite her into our ship.
We got 3 ears pendant and a bottle of booze because we helped Gregory go to the Sonar Guild as a side quest. So permanently increase the perception of a crew member. This is going to be useful.
Ears pendant?
Yeah, you can give pendants to crew members to buff their stats.
Have you even buffed a stat yet?
Not yet.
Are you waiting on something?
Not really, I'm just a lazy git.
Oh, that's not surprising.
In fact, let's see, bicep. So, bicep is strength. So I want to give one to Thing and one to Jacob. This is not necessarily a smart thing for me to do, but, well, at the same time, it's just very much a case of, well, it's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick, so to speak. Now, Jacob has a -1 penalty to endurance, but he's not doing anything that involves endurance, so I'm just going to pump that up into Thing. And yes, the music does get a little bit repetitive after a while. For the mind pendant, well, that's intelligent, so Thing, let's just bump that up into Jacob.
I'm not even listening to the music. I have
Yeah,
most of the stream
to
muted.
me rambling anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
So, neither of my crew has any perception bonus, so let's fix that.
Maybe give them glasses. Yeah, Thing has negative perception. I don't feel like it would be worth it to try and buff her stat. Buff her. Is it worth it to try and buff the negative stats?
Well, it's just getting rid of penalties so you can stuff them into different areas without worrying about the crew and such. So, for example, because I boosted Thing's endurance and strength, the ship's defense is now up to plus 1.5, which is kind of nice. So the less likely enemies are to land a critical hit on the sub. And the engine output is up by 19%, so the sub actually moves a little bit faster. This is kind of nice. There's a reason why I gave Jay the first star pendant, so he can actually have a second crew member in here to help out.
That's a lot of engine power.
Meanwhile, over on our gunner station, with Jacob now having 4 intelligence and 2 perception, we not only get a accuracy bonus, but a critical hit bonus, so we actually have a chance to cause critical hits ourselves. And our sonar station, well, basically, perception is a range boost, so if you find someone with maximum perception, just bump them into the sonar station and giggle because your range massively increases. Enjoying your crisps?
What? I'm not chewing anything.
Uh-huh. So what's that crunching noise in the background?
That's me. Sorry.
So therefore, it still counts, because I did ask if you were enjoying your crisps.
I am?
Good.
J-Saru
Food is
was
good.
trying not to be rude. Because talking with your mouth full is rude. I guess one of us would know, right, Salted Grump, who is also really rude?
I may be rude, but I'm entertainingly rude.
Okay, fine.
So, we have 2 quests at the moment. We have a quest to upgrade our ship, which is basically a case of spend money, which you currently don't have. Or we can go to the drill site and speak to the director. Or we can go, say, hunt down some pirates, beat the shit out of them, and steal the shit.
Violence is not a virtue.
Against pirates, however?
Okay, here's the thing, right? Violence, seeking out violence against pirates, not a virtue. Dashing out violence against pirates who... Okay, let me finish. Dashing out violence against pirates who started shit, virtue.
So another thing that's notable about this game is that if you do take the time to explore, you might find some decent stuff just sitting about. And it's generally randomly generated, so you can basically clear out an area, go somewhere else, come back, and it will be repopulated with new debris and stuff. So that's always useful most of the time. It's not exactly the greatest thing all the time, but it's still better than a poke in the eye, as my dad would say. So in this case, this little area has absolutely diddly fucking squat in it, so we're just gonna bump right back and accidentally bonk the ceiling. And speaking of eating something, I still have half of a sandwich to scarf down, so if you don't mind, I'm just gonna go quiet for a few seconds and juggle playing with 3 hands.
I didn't know you had 3 hands.
Well, I mean, I'm not an echidna or anything, so...
Oh, sorry, Serena. Serena says a couple things. I've not been reading the chat. Meanwhile, she's been having a bowl of ice cream, strawberry vanilla. Lol, I'm judging you. She also says, raiding pirates is legal. Lol. Finally, attacking pirates is allowed. They have the nerve to attack innocent ships, so they have it coming. I don't actually know the maritime law for it. I'd assume that, yeah, attacking pirates on sight is semi-kosher. Kosher if you're law enforcement, but if you're not, I don't know.
Well, technically it's self-defense if it's not law enforcement.
It just comes down to the nitty-gritty of maritime law. Are you allowed to go out and seek out pirates to fight?
Up here we have a station that we can go and visit, and it appears to be full of loot, so let's go and poke it.
Yay!
Or at least I would poke it if it wasn't for that current directly below it that I ran into. Dinars and fossils. Let's see what else is in here. A drunk pirate.
Is the drunk pirate interested in dog LARPing?
I have no idea.
Chill him.
Yeah, we just dodged right past him. So we get some more fish fossils, some old world coins, and some food. Not bad. So this area up ahead is... got two currents floating around it, actually. And it's, I believe, the giant stairway. Yep, looks like there's a area over here we can check out, so we might as well do that. Yeah. So in the original game, in the original version of the game, you would have to come here to get some supplies in order to upgrade your sub. So thankfully, I don't have to do that now because, well, I've already upgraded my sub, but the materials are still nice to grab and all that.
Yeah, you can use them later for later upgrades.
Yep. I've not found much salvage in this one, actually. This is shocking.
Well, you know, it's what you said earlier. It's all randomized, right?
Yeah. Oh, got some food and some dead fish, so that's not too bad.
Dead fish?
Salvage.
Oh, I thought you said dead fish.
I did.
So, do you ever get live fish?
Well, yeah, I mean, technically food is basically semi-liquefied fish, while fish fossils are mostly just used for the studying.
Okay.
Oh shit, it's a rat. Oh good, the rat buggered off without stealing any money. Huh, we got a toy car, some books, some food, and a pot. So, as you can see, every once in a while the camera starts shaking. That's because something is bumping my sub, and I think it's the current nearby, because it's just, my sub's big enough to actually be affected by it, even though I'm not directly in it.
Okay. What can you do to mitigate that?
Not much, really. I just have to finish clearing the area. So we found the Giant's Seat. Once constructed to save the town that lay behind them, even their attempts to delay the inevitable did not save their lives or their homes. Okay, and that's it for here, so let's keep going. And I took a couple bonks there, because of course the universe hates me. Still, at least I'm not as screwed as this poor trader in here, because he's kind of stuck in the corner.
Yeah, sure, let's segue into that. What is he doing anyway? Oh my, what is he doing?
Mostly he's just kind of stuck and suffering for it as a result, so... Okay, so let's see what we can sell. Oh look, we can sell, about 100 dinar. Yoink.
Yay.
Whack of fish fossils, some old world coins, some books, some sea charts, a toy car.
A toy car?
And an empty pot, and 63 more dinar. So, as you can see, we just went from about 4,000 to 6,800. It is a pretty good idea to loot the fuck out of everything, because that's the end result, you know?
Yeah.
So I want to stay below the current here because last time I played this game, the current would dump me out right into the middle of a minefield, which is about as fun as it sounds, which is, you know, not very.
I mean, if you ever get blown up in a minefield, you can always hope that they decide to bring you back in a ninja exoskeleton.
I mean, that's the type of minefield that leaves body parts intact. In this case,
this
it
minefield
probably wouldn't.
No.
Because, you know, it's really big mines.
And they're all mine.
Okay, so we actually got a new quest started, because Cat wants to shoot shit.
Actually, I just thought of something. If you own a field, are you allowed to say that it's a minefield?
Theoretically.
Yay!
So as you can see here, these mines are reasonably tough, because they're fucking huge. But Cat wants to kill shit, and it's better she kill shit now than kill shit later and go absolutely bonkers aggressive. You know, like... So it's basically just... humoring her, I guess you'd say. Sorry about this, I'm just... Okay, so we got 3 doodly whacks down here. What do we have? Okay, it looks like a ruined drill house with some salvage, and another salvage, and another salvage. So let's go and take a poke and a prod and see what we can find. Okay, so the first thing that I said was salvage is actually just one of those coolant hubs, so it can go and kiss my ass. Crap, one of those giant fucking rats.
Not again. Quickly, use your skill.
I'm gonna see if I can just... You know what? Fuck it. Eat crowbar.
Did you use an item?
Yeah, I just beat it with a crowbar.
Yay! Does that mean you used up the crowbar?
Sadly, yes.
So let me just turn off as you're laying it. Left it on for a long time.
So as you can see, some of these buildings have been abandoned for a decent amount of time, to be honest, based on the coral growth on them.
Oh yeah, what the heck? It looks both okay. I gotta praise the design going on there, because it looked both nasty but awesome.
I mean, that's just it. Coral is an opportunistic growth, you know?
Yep.
Okay, so this little area has a grand total of Diluvion fucking squat going for it, and nothing in here, and a loot box with some food and stuff. So, quick and easy salvage, nothing going for it, nothing going against it either. But we're just gonna take things slow for a little bit and help clear out this minefield, because we do have a side quest for it, and, well, it keeps Cat off her ass. So, let's see, we actually have a ping for this entire area, which is kind of unique. But that's mostly because of the fact that, well, we have the objective of clearing out the mines in the area, so... As a result, you just kind of have to take things slow and gentle-ish.
I missed it, but Serena called you Gordon Freeman earlier.
Ha. Well, to be fair, I talk a bit more than Mr. Freeman does.
You got the facial hair, though.
To be fair,
and
I
glasses.
facial hair really well.
Your facial hair is a rock?
No, I rock better facial hair than Gordon Freeman does. So,
Okay.
the cat actually has something to say about that. Done wasting my ammo on mines, and of course typo on wasting there. She is being cheeky. But she's good cheeky, so I like her.
So she's just being herself then.
Yes, but by doing that, I get a whack of old coins and some ears pendants, which is kind of nice, so I'm not going to complain one bit.
Huh. Oh, tangent. Serena says, I may have not played Half-Life, but I know the crowbar reference, lol. Same here. I've actually not played Half-Life. I should have scratched it. I have played Half-Life, a little bit of it.
Well, Half-Life 1 was good. Half-Life 2, not so much.
They're old games now, and Valve doesn't give a shit anymore, so...
Well, I mean, let's put it this way. Half-Life 1 came out in 1997, so it's almost as old as Serena. Oh, look, drunk pirate.
Shit, give him some coffee so we can learn the benefits of sobriety.
Yeah, 65% chance to dodge him. Problem solved. And hey, got some more coins, got a city chart, some food, you know, typical freebies. I'm not going to complain about it because freebies are nice. And there's something out here. Those golden fish usually signify that there is a objective, and ooh, look at this! Damn, we have found something weird. Looks like a giant cubist piece of architecture, to be honest. Which means, of course, we're going into it and looting the fuck out of it. It's a very simple gameplay loop, but it's just one that's kind of satisfying, you know? How the hell a drunk pirate was sleeping in there, I have no idea. You know what? I'm gonna try and see if I can brute force him just for shits and giggles. Splat.
Splizzle.
Ah, it's got some sealable drums. That's new. Oh look, I found a flower in a pot. Oh, there we are. Daisy. 350 bucks for a daisy.
A flower.
Well, to be fair, after spending however long underwater, it's kind of surprising, you know? And it turns out that there's people in here.
What? Really?
Yep. Oh, hey! Air tank. 27 food, 55 rivets. Damn! Fucking loot this place. Yoink!
It's time to thief it up.
And a pair of heart pendants and even more reinforced plates. Yoink!
You're such a thief.
So, we have a trader here. Let's see what they have to say.
Oh, Serena asks a question.
Shoot.
She asks, so the sub doesn't need to go up for air?
In the previous iteration of the game, it actually needed to dock at various areas to regain air tanks or refill air tanks, as the case may be. For example, you could dock with the enemy sub you have damaged to the point where it's crippled but not destroyed and refill one air tank, or go to a city and refill however many air tanks you had with a maximum capacity of 12 tanks. But the deeper you go, the faster your air tanks ran out, you know?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Maybe. Gameplay conceit.
And now that I have sold off a bunch of crap, and I'm actually about to sell off some more crap because I really don't need dashboard decorations, I am going to be very happy because now I have almost $10,000 on hand, so I can upgrade my sub. And of course we have to turn on the beacon so we can figure out what the hell this is. It's the Rainfjord Relic. So this is apparently a relic from before everything went to absolute shit. Which kind of makes sense because, I mean, we've been poking around inside the whole fucking thing for a little while now. But, well, when it comes down to it, I mean, we've basically mugged the hell out of the place, right? And right around the corner we have, well, even more salvage to mug, so I guess we're doing something right. In this case, it looks like one of the apartment blocks collapsed from the ceiling or whatnot, so let's see what we have in here. Another one of those fucking dolls.
Serena asks, don't you need like 16k for that one you were looking at earlier?
Yeah, I need 16k for the really expensive, really powerful one, but honestly, I'm just going to go for tier 2 in my current sub just to not overpower the game.
Yeah, so, I don't like dolls. Dolls. DOLLS.
Well, I mean, on the one hand, the dolls are kinda useful because they are needed to, upgrade the sub's ability to speed up and all that sort of stuff. It's essentially, an engine modification. But when it comes down to it, I mean, it's just very much something that I don't really need to utilize. Oh, hello, we found a wrecked sub over here. So let's scavenge it.
Yeah. Why not BOP, lol, says Serena.
Because we can BOP after I show off how easily it is to get fucked even with an upgrade. Also, I think the game decided to screw with me because I appear to have fallen out of the world for a few seconds. Okay, there we are, we're fixed. Okay, so we've cleared the Rhinesfjord, we've gone through the giant seat, we're going back to Tonesbjorg to upgrade our sub. God, this thing
Subway.
smells molasses on
Eat
it.
fresh.
Bonk. So, as you can see here, we actually have what looks to be a lionfish submarine and a something or other. Oh, it's one of those fucking coolant units. Well, the coolant unit can go and kiss my ass. In this case, we're in luck, because we found a current that is actually taking us in the direction we want to go, instead of having to wrestle ourselves around and through and sideways.
Indeed.
Wow, my mouse is being a little bit of a piss baby at the moment. Sorry about that. Caused the camera to jump a little bit, courtesy of loading and all that, which is never a good thing because, well, we're trying not to have things get too jumpy and bouncy for the obvious reason of it kind of makes the game a bit hard to enjoy. And so here we are, back at Tonesfjord, and we are going to get a good, proper upgrade in us. Hopefully one that makes the engines actually engine-y instead of potato-y. Ah, I forgot about that side current. Okay, so first off, I'm getting an armor upgrade. We have all we need, and max hit point plus 5. I am not going to argue about that, because, well, yeah. Needless to say, having more health is a very good thing in this game, because there will be shit that causes a whole lot of damage.
As it does.
Next up, we are going to upgrade our minnow, because we have enough dosh. And we now have a lionfish.
Aren't lionfish poisonous balls?
Yes.
Why do you want a lionfish?
Because it comes with a torpedo launcher.
How many torpedoes do you have?
None.
So 3?
As I said, none.
Look, you can be religious as much as you want, but you're not even a woman, okay?
You keep shitposting, boy, and I'll smack you one. So, as you can see, our sub is now upgraded, and it is bigger. It has 4
That's
guns
bigger,
instead
wow.
of 2 guns. Fuck, wrong button. Okay, let's see. So, trying to remember where that torpedo officer is. So this artisan here has a whole lot of not much, but she has torpedoes at 500 bucks a pop. Torpedoes are fucking expensive.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting tired, huh? I have to admit, I'm starting to get a bit draggy myself. So repair kits
it's
here.
not you. It's just
Repair kits here are basically quick and dirty emergency repairs. They will be very useful, and I am going to grab as many of them as I can carry. Here we are. Hal Whistleweight. Still looking for a torpedo.
Whistleweight.
Yep, we got a torpedo upgrade. How much demand there is. Yep. We need torpedoes because explosions. Cat has her priorities. Fountain of Honor in the Sunken Coast. Come with you until then. Oh, great.
She's such a pyro.
Can you blame her? She likes explosions.
I mean, like, nah.
So, I could start recruiting more crew if I had money. But I don't have money.
Oh, speaking of crew, I just got Shiranui.
Shiranui. She's not bad. Can be a little bit frustrating to be around, though. Because...
I'm not really gonna bother using her, I'm just gonna keep her locked and that's it.
So, for the time being, I'm basically trying to minimize the amount of stuff in my actual inventory per se, except for key items, because key items, well, everyone loves. But, on the bright side, we now have torpedo launchers, yay, and we can start upgrading our guns as well in the near future. So, as you can see, our submarine, due to being redesigned and rebuilt, has been shuffled around a bit. We have the original 4 upgrades crammed in the back here. We have our inventory box here. And we have those 2 wastes of space still in here, god damn it. But our sonar room is now way up front. Our gunner room is also up front, and our helm has been moved to above the main chamber. So Hal has something he wants to say, so let's take a look and see what we can do. And he just gave us 9 torpedoes and an angler torpedo launcher. Huzzah!
Yay! What's the difference between the... Oh, okay. A homing torpedo.
Yes. Yeah, so it's very much a case of aim very carefully and then blow stuff up. So, we have reload speed and we have calibration speed. The faster it calibrates, the faster it locks on, and all that sort of stuff. And now we have a side quest to do some target practice near Carl the Slow.
Is that like an ironic nickname?
Well, seeing as how it's an upside-down wreck that's only held in place by a single anchor chain and somehow manages to stay put. Now, as a result of having more guns on this thing, the rate of fire is understandably increased. Let's just show this off for a few seconds. Yeah, just pop, 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 pop instead of pop, pop. So, it's generally pretty useful in that regard. I'm not going to complain one bit about it.
That's a pretty decent rate of fire.
And here is our new torpedo-flavored targets for the evening. So, try to blast these mines from here using our new torpedo launcher. So, obviously, we can just blast them regularly with our guns if we want to be lazy. But we can calibrate, lock, and fire. Needless to say, having a full lock is very useful, and you'll find that one of the hardest things in this game is basically trying to dodge torpedoes so that you don't get blown up. Also, you notice that as we get closer to that mine, it actually opened up and started glowing red as a warning to basically say, don't come any closer, you're going to get murdered. Because this game is like that. I heard that.
Of course you heard that. I'm not hiding it.
So yeah, these mines are surprisingly tough. But if we get a little bit closer, this one might pop open. Oh, never mind, I can just pop them because they're already down to no hit points.
Ghost the Weasel.
Yep, so now I can talk with Hal again and see what he has to say. Yep, pretty good shooting. We might survive. Huh. Yeah, take this. Not because I like you, I just want to live. So, we got 15 more torpedoes. Holy crap, that is a big fucking load, because each torpedo is $500 worth. So, because of this guy, we now have 21 torpedoes. That is definitely not a bad haul. So we only really have one quest left, so instead let's just gallivant a little bit. If you look way up there, you'll actually see two ice houses jammed into the iceway up there, which is kind of cool. Let's wander on up.
Huh?
So, as you can see, the ice is pretty extensively thick, and I think I'm going the wrong direction, actually. There we are. That's what I was looking for. We got a fishmonger. Got some fish. Let's see. Thinner hull than usual. Yeah, might as well take a look. So he has some food, some ferns, scrap metal, saffron, which is a rare ingredient, and wheat. Increases a boarding party's evade chance. Wonder how that works. So we actually have two angler torpedo launchers here. We only need one, so let's get rid of one. Okay, never mind. The game will not allow us to get rid of it. But otherwise, the guy has nothing, so fuck it. And there's not even anything to loot, poor bastard.
I was gonna say that it is Jackie Chan's birthday, and he is petting dogs all over Twitter.
Whom?
Jackie Chan.
Oh yes, I forgot about him. So as you can see, we actually do have a small selection of fishmongers to annoy and all that sort of stuff, but generally they're just there to basically take up space and act as a money sink. We kinda want to head, if I recall correctly, more northerly-ish and downwards. Because, yep, there we are, so, sorry about this. So we are directly over Stavkirk at the moment, which is almost where we came in, really. And just over here is, if I recall correctly, a bit of loot, so to speak.
You know, javelin is really fucking powerful in terms of just not getting hit.
So we found another place to mug, and we are mugging the fuck out of it. Okay, cassette
Fantastic.
tapes, books, another solar monitor. Yoink.
The ice house, right?
I believe so.
So they built houses out of the ice. That's.
Well, to be fair, it kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say like my mind invokes igloo, but this is clearly not that.
So this pirate seems to have a brain, and then she immediately takes a swing at us with her knife.
That's what you would do when you got a brain and a knife.
Yeah, but she doesn't really seem to have much of a brain, so let's just use Jacob's massive brain throb, and the pirate won't be a further problem. Because we're smart like that. Got some food, scrap metal, sonar monitors. In general, just stealing shit is always the way to go as in this game, because it's just like any other RPG in that regard, you know? Definitely getting a lot of stuff, most of which is going to be, well, vendor trash when all's said and done. But, and here we are, this is the loot box. So, an officer's star, huzzah! We can use that. The City of Ice. Ancient architecture was carved from the ice before the geyser guilds took root. Perhaps it's so old those who built it had seen the surface.
Oh, Serena asks, didn't the rebels have a base made of ice in one of the Star Wars movies?
Yep, Hoth, in the episode 5, also known as The Empire Strikes Back.
The good one, right?
Oh yes. ESB is basically universally considered the best of the bunch. And then we jump in here and drop off our forge materials that we want to keep, which is pretty much all of them, because, well, we're greedy fuckers like that.
Speaking of Greek fuckers, you know what, never mind, I'll talk about it later. After the stream.
Uh-huh.
If I can remember that long.
Well, I mean, it's not like your best friends are Alzenheimer, right?
I'm pretty flaky at the best of the days.
Oh, I know. It doesn't stop me from teasing you a little bit.
Nothing stops you from teasing me.
I tease everyone. It's all fair in games, so long as everyone knows that I'm just generally being tongue-in-cheek and not trying to be malicious.
You hear me complaining?
Sometimes. So that's another little whack of dosh in our pocket. We're back up to 1800, which is a nice comfortable margin. I always like having more money, because more money means more upgrades, and upgrades are what keeps us alive in this game.
Oh, Serena. Yeah. Here's the thing: is playing Frostpunk. Are you not looking at the? Are you not looking at the stream?
I'm currently playing Diluvion.
Shush, 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 shush. Look at all this frost and punk.
So I am doing something just to be a complete shit and diving deep.
Why?
Because I can. And because I want to see if there's something familiar down here that I remember from my last playthrough.
Is this a sand check?
Maybe.
No.
Definitely doesn't look very happy to see me down here, does it?
Nothing down here looks happy, period. What's your max?
We have actually found the old gate, I believe.
Serena asks, no worry of being crushed?
Not at the moment. Our depth is only 250, and our crush depth is 500. So we can keep going down if we want to. In fact, I might as well, just to watch you squirm.
Oh no!
Also, because the deeper you go, the better the loot.
420, blaze it.
For example, right here we found a wrecked sub with a rat in it.
Stop. Stop it, rat. Fuck off.
Okay, it fucked off. Good on us. Okay. Continue exploring. Let's see what's in the hold. Well, grand total of diddly and fucking squat, but we still got some stuff from defeating the rat, so I'm not complaining. So at the moment, we are right next to a wrecked ship. It looks like an old freighter from pre-icing. So we're just gonna slowly poke along. And we have to basically rely on our sonar to actually get an idea of what we're seeing down here. Partly because it's so fucking dark. And partly because, well, you never know what you might run into. I really need to find or hire more crew as soon as I reasonably can, simply because of the fact that, well, being able to spam sand check, while fun, is not exactly a grand option. And frankly, the game is very deliberately dark when you're 300 some meters below the surface. Or surface-like, at least. And And as you can see, there is another steep drop-off right about here, just in case we want to go even deeper. That is a sheer cut, too, just straight down. So instead, let's go up again. Because honestly, after a while, the sheer emptiness at that depth kind of gets unnerving, you know? This is not an indictment of the game design, to be honest. It's very well designed, but at the same time, it's just one of those things where it makes people nervous no matter what. And so here we find what looks to be... well, surprisingly, a whole lot of not much right now. And not a whole lot in the line of salvage either. Hello, what's this over here? Lionfish. Possibly hostile, hopefully not, because we're also in a lionfish. Oh, that's a merchant. Possible salvage, possible salvage. You know what, I'm going to pop open my map and take a look at where we are. You know what? I actually can't believe that we're that close to the ice drills. So let's go over there and take a look. And there is our destination, that big fucking hole in the ice. So this area is pretty bloody massive, as you can see, and it's full of interesting stuff.
One would hope. How deep are we? I forget.
To be in fact, because we're up at the drill site, we're actually at a negative depth. Technically, we're above the surface right now.
Really?
Yep. And we apparently have a couple of side quests to do. The efforts to break through the barrier that traps us is the only hope we have left of escape from this ruined planet. Despite the repeated failures, they are allowed to continue their work. It feels kind of depressing when they say it like that.
Yeesh.
Yeah, they don't volunteer for surface drilling jobs. They draw straws. So what does that say?
They don't like the cold.
More accurately, just think about how many people die. So we have a Malcolm Hostrevar over here. Oh, you might have work for us. Okay, so there's a Kuberei gunship causing havoc for our engineers, so we get to kill something. Show those buffoons what happens when they mess with the icers. Yeah, what the heck. Because, hey, explosions are never a bad thing, right? And Esmeralda Armstrong here also has something to do, because we have a letter of introduction for her. Another incident caused by sloppy work, so there's a history here. So, of course, someone has to be an idiot and prove her right. And apparently this entire drill site supply depot broke off from the ice. So, the last time I played this, and I have no idea if this has been changed since then, there's an event that occurs after you come back to drop off the wire that we're about to allegedly collect. Needless to say, if that pedigree is happening again, you can safely expect just about everyone in this little crevasse to die horribly and painfully. But then again, we always knew that I was going to be cause something to die, expire messily, right? Also, look, hey, look at that. We have even more stuff to loot, because looting is good. Barrels hiding behind stuff, so always nice to sneak out and grab those before they can sneak away. Anyway, let's just bump our way back down here and see what we can do. So we have two side quests. We have salvaging some copper reels from directly below the ice drill site, and some destruction of a gunship. So let's go and destroy the gunship, because it's been a while since we actually got in a fight. I hear that ping, but I can't see it. This is one of the disadvantages of only having one set of eyes.
Sonar?
Pardon?
One set of sonar, or what?
One set of eyes.
Look, if you had any more, you'd be an insect.
Or I'd be awesome.
Or you'd maybe be wearing your glasses.
Actually, I need new glasses. My prescription is about 7 years old, and it's showing its age, so to speak.
Eye puns. Vision puns. Puns.
Okay, so let's keep on plugging along a little bit. As you can see, the ice, like, sort of hovering as a result of all these anchors in them. So we are generally going to head west-ish to see about finding and popping this ship that we have been hired to kill.
Oh boy.
And there's this ping, so there we are. Let's see what we can do about breaking his face. And come on, you little fucker, get over here. Oh, hello. He decided to pick a fight first.
Huh.
Ow, and that torpedo took a chunk out of me, because I didn't notice it until it was almost too late. Oh no, an angry crab. Let's see what we can do about kicking its ass.
Crab battle. Crab battle. Counterbalance the knife. Oh, you already did it. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So, let's see what else is over here. So this Huron here is our target apparently, and it is definitely not looking friendly, but it's not hostile at us either. But right now, one of the things I want to do is just get my ship repaired, so instead I am going to remove crew from the helm and actually get shit fixed for the first time in some time. And then we're gonna open fire. Of course, this asshole decided to run away, so what the hell, let's shoot another torpedo into him. Maybe he'll learn.
Or maybe he'll die. Either way.
Well, our objective is to kill him, so this is just a reminder to kill his ass good. And so I blew him up.
Good riddance.
Yep. Now these gunships are not small ships by any measure of the imagination. Oh no, an old furnace. Oh, that's nice and dangerous.
You can use it to keep warm.
So, in this case, thing here is, yeah, kind of the screw-up of the bunch. Because this is a perception check, and she has no perception. Oh my god, 10% chance and it actually procced, so we might be able to finish this before bad things happen. Yay, we stopped the furnace. And that was actually a pretty good bit of loot for that, because, yeah, that could have been real bad if we had been mangled.
That was really dangerous. Cooldown. It's like a bomb enemy. That's what Serena says.
Yeah, basically. I have to admit, I'm tempted just to take the time to shoot the hell out of this thing because I scavenged the hell out of it.
Ow, my ear.
And now it is dead and gone forever, because I'm an asshole.
Yay!
Sure, it'd be nice if my brain remembered where the fuck the hole is for the where the hole is for the drill. But well, that's because my brain is completely fried by now. After somewhere in the ballpark of 9 hours at work, I think I have maybe 4 brain cells left in actual use.
Yeah, you might want to just do the shark thing and take a nap so your brain cells can regenerate.
Well, I'll just cheat a little bit and use my compass here, because that's what it's for. I have to admit, I'm actually slightly surprised at just how snappy and responsive this thing's rudder is, because it really turns sharply if you let it. And there it is. Big fucking hole. Let's go and poke into it. Who wants to bet the cool guy is going to give me no end of shit for the fact that I've managed to coerce him into playing a silly phone game?
It's great.
Another officer star, so I'm not going to complain about that.
Awesome, who are you going to use it on?
I haven't decided yet, but probably my helmsman, because, well, he's still awesome. Oh, the engineering master here seems to have a quest. Coolant valves for the drills, supplies late, no why they're late too, damn duel are pirates, gotta quit the pen from suicide missions, get out there, take care of the pirates. Yeah, what the hell. So, apparently we already have 2 quests here, which means, well, this thing might survive for a little while longer. And we got 5 torpedoes, a heart pendants, a tomato plant, and some portal glass. Not bad. Be helping getting things with speed. Why don't you have the scrap pull off the drill? Drill side chart, rusty gear. Not bad. Big pile of loot. Well, things are gonna go absolutely horrible in short order, I think. And a merchant over here, let's see what they have to sell, because I'm tempted to just toss some junk at them. Yes, I will toss junk at them. Get more money by tossing junk. Crab meat. Skeleton. Not much use as a crew anymore. Wow.
It's pretty great.
So, as you can see, we've got a pretty decent pile of stuff here in our storage loot for our forge materials, like this reel of copper wire, a bunch of reinforced plates, engine parts out the ears. We're going to be hanging on to these for a whole lot, because we're going to need all of them eventually. So I'm actually surprised by the fact that we are not completely turbo-fucked yet. Because the last time I did this, well, this was about when things went turbo-fucky. And then I immediately bounced off shit. Oh! The captain's saying dive now, so... Oh. Well...
Whoops.
Shit on a shingle. I don't think we'll be able to complete that side quest anymore.
Okay, what happened?
Basically, the ice drill tunnel collapsed, and everything in it is completely full of ice, and everyone in it is probably dead.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I accidentally switched, I think. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I really want to kick Sherry the intern off my boat. And this fucking chef, because he's been sitting around there with the son of his butt for who knows how long.
Sherry's no longer useful?
Well, I didn't say she's not useful, she's just taking up space that would be better used by, say, an actual crew member.
Yeah.
actually have some hostile ships over here. Let's see what we can do about putting some dents in them. That first one died pretty fast, so I guess I'm doing something right. Oh, this one's an lionfish. Oops.
Oops.
Yeah, I forgot that you can actually prematurely detonate torpedoes by right-clicking on them. Oh, hello. This is something new. In fact, this looks very interesting. The Dancing Marin. So it's another one of these little landmarks to explore and salvage through, and, well, it looks to be a cargo ship held in place by a bunch of chains, to be honest. Well, I think I found its engine room. Okay, so we're actually going to retreat from this and figure out what the hell's trying to take a chunk out of our boat. And now it's dead, so sucks to be them. Huh. A lady dressed as a rat. Hand over your valuables, you walk away in one piece.
It's so strange.
It is strange, but it's actually kind of amusing at the same time, you know?
Why are there so many rats?
In this case, it's a person dressed as a rat.
That's not any better at this point.
But it's impressive because it's so silly. And she's willing to listen, so that's good.
That's nice.
God damn it, thief. Listen to me. Listen to me so you can surrender and not get murdered. Uh-oh.
You need to buff up Thing a little bit because she doesn't have any. She
It's
doesn't
just
have any
don't
special.
alcohol!
Oh. This wouldn't have happened if you had buffed up Thing some more, so she had a specialty. Jacob has a specialty.
Yeah, it's called being a meat shield.
At the same time, just Thing is not pulling her weight as much as she could in these higher level fights.
Yeah, well, to be fair, she is kind of a squishbee. I have been meaning to get more crew, and honestly, this is why.
Why don't we just go touch base with some people who would be willing to work with us?
Well, we found a treasure trap. Well, Jacob disarmed the first hidden bomb. And let's use some brute force. It attempts to rip out the wires. Disarm the trap. Yay! We win, because we're awesome.
Yay!
A surprisingly well-lit room for being in a derelict.
Speaking of derelict, I'm actually getting a little bit too tired to continue.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be calling it as soon as I'm done in here. Fucking rat. I'm tempted to just see if I can smack it, but that's only a 40% chance of success. What the hell? Damn it. It missed. Smack. I do appreciate the fact that the overall loot is generally generally more than enough to offset any losses I might take. Oh, hey! A person. Want to join up? Let's see. 350 bucks, no stat bonuses, but, well, meat shield, and I can pump her stats up. Yeah, what twat that got that strength there? I'm more impressed than anything else. Because it's true, I mean, you really do have to be impressed that they basically stuck a, pre-flood freighter into, well, essentially a network of cables, and that's it. It's just sitting there dangling. But yeah, it's now just a matter of just cruising along and getting back into a territory that is not trying to murder me, so I can end the stream without feeling too nervous. Hang on a second, I think I recognize... No, I think I don't recognize that, god damn it. Things keep changing up on me and I'm getting bothered by it, you know? fact, a blowfish just tried to take a pot shot at me because I wasn't paying attention, and I am a mental potato right now. And welcome back to Tonsfjord. Yay, we live. We're safe. We can get some loot and then have some beer. Beer would be nice, or any other drink at this point. Because, yeah, things kind of went tits up there over at the Icer Guild. So, yeah, let's just bob over here and see what we can do about docking and saving. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the evening. I hope you had fun enjoying me bumblefucking around and generally screwing up.
I did.
I figure that may as well continue playing this game later, so well, anyway, I'll most likely see you Tuesday-ish. Because Cool Guy has plans tomorrow to show off Crusader Kings.
With RoboKai. At RoboKai.
And so, have a good evening. Thank you very much for showing up.